Imagine walking down a busy city street, surrounded by cars and crowds, when there is a sudden stop. Every person, pigeon, and piece of blowing trash locks exactly where it is. The roar of engines and the chatter of hundreds of conversations disappear. There is no echo, no wind blowing past your ears, just absolute, unbroken silence. You look at your hands and realize you can still move. Your heart is still beating, your eyes are darting around, but the rest of the universe is permanently paused. In those first few seconds, the world seems to belong entirely to you. You have 60 minutes to go wherever you want, entirely unobserved. The human mind perceives a frozen city as a site for boundless exploration. However, a biological body standing in a static universe is on a collision course with the uncompromising laws of physics. Under normal circumstances, bank vaults, museum displays, and private offices are heavily guarded. Right now, cameras have stopped recording, and digital locks no longer process security codes. You could stroll past a barista dropping a coffee cup and inspect the liquid hanging motionless in midair. You can push that cup back onto the counter, adjust a stranger's hat, and easily weave your way through a frozen crowd, like marble statues. This scenario relies on a massive physical contradiction. It assumes that gravity, momentum, and mechanics would shut down for the entire planet, while those exact same forces continue to keep the observer's body functioning. When time stops, atomic motion reaches absolute zero. This is a state of static equilibrium, where matter loses all its fluidity. Inside a human airway under these conditions, oxygen molecules are suspended in empty space, unable to drift into lung tissue. Outside your lungs, the atmosphere behaves like a solid. Suspended molecules tighten into a rigid geometric grid, turning invisible air into a physical barrier. Taking a single step forward requires you to forcibly shove thousands of dense, unyielding gas molecules out of your path using pure muscle. The frozen world is an unbreathable block of solid air, where your internal oxygen supply is rapidly depleting. Even if you could hold your breath and push your way through the grid, your vision would fail almost instantly. If a basic light source emits a beam of photons, stopping time freezes those photons mid-transit, ending their journey to your retina. Because no visual data hits your eyes, the world becomes a flat black void. You are blind the moment the clock stops. Without moving molecules to create friction, and without radiant heat transferring through the air, the ambient temperature of your environment drops to match the vacuum of deep space. A static universe is a freezing, suffocating, pitch-black sensory deprivation trap. Then, the 60 minutes run out. Without any warning, the universal clock snaps back to life. Gravity reasserts itself instantly. Every coffee cup, every single water droplet, and bird suspended in midair drops toward the ground at the exact same time. The pockets of air you forcibly shoved aside during your walk violently snap back into place to fill the empty vacuums you left behind. A full hour's worth of suppressed sound waves, blaring sirens, and trapped sunlight aggressively floods into your eyes and ears in a single, overwhelming blast. Re-entering the stream of time triggers a massive environmental rebound, turning your immediate surroundings into a volatile hazard zone. We often dream about pausing reality because we want to exert absolute control over our environment, but the mechanics of the physical universe are completely uncaring. It leaves you with a difficult question. Would you trade the safety of a functioning planet for a brief, lethal taste of total isolation? The constant forward ticking of the clock might feel exhausting, but that continuous motion is exactly what keeps you alive.